Hello and welcome to lesson PHP Purposes and Fundamentals. In this lesson we will discuss what is PHP role in web development, how does PHP work, what are basic features of PHP, how to integrate PHP with HTML. Hypertext Preprocessor, or PHP, is an open-source server-side interpreted scripting language that is used for web development and can be embedded into HTML. It supports dynamic content generation, session management, and database interaction. And what is very interesting, PHP is used by more than 75% of all websites with known server-side languages. So it is the most widely used technology, server-side technology in web development. And very famous websites including Facebook and WordPress were or still are written in PHP. So mastering PHP is still a highly valuable skill. So let's speak more about this particular language. How does it work? So it starts, of course, with client who requests some content, and web server, if it encounters a document that is a PHP file, usually it will have .php extension, it will be sent to PHP interpreter, which will translate PHP code, and it will generate an HTML code, sometimes also querying database to get additional data. But in response, the HTML code will be sent back to the server, and the server will provide response to the client. So as you can see here, depending on the content of the file or its extension, the PHP code will be interpreted, and the resulting HTML code will be then sent back to the client. Basic features of PHP include all those features that you will find in high-level programming languages. It offers variables, data types, functions, and control structures. So you may write regular applications in PHP. It offers such important and helpful elements as form handling. So it will enable you to process form data using get and post methods. It will also allow you to read, write, and process files, making it useful for content management. One of the most useful things in PHP is that you can use PHP to include external files. So, for example, if you'd like to have the same file with main menu of your website, you don't have to repeat its content or on all those separate sections of your website. You will just use PHP to include this one file, and therefore it will organize the content in a more elegant way. It is also used for session management, so it maintains user sessions across multiple page requests. So, for example, if user will log into the website, PHP will be used to handle this session, making sure that the information will be transported between different pages that the user will visit. And last but not least, PHP offers a very easy way to connect to databases and request data from the most popular databases. And that is something that we will cover separately in the next lesson. So how do we integrate PHP with HTML? It can be used in separate files with .php extension that are processed and interpreted and then return HTML code that is sent to the client's web browser. And you see an example of PHP file on the right-hand side. So pay attention to the way in which a block of PHP code begins. And it is the same as in the case when we will embed PHP code in an HTML file. And the way we do that is, again, we use this specific markup to add PHP element, and in this case we have added a current time variable, which will be then echoed or printed out using PHP within HTML file. So the integration is quite easy, and in most cases you will see both ways being used. So of course you will have separate PHP files, but also you will encounter PHP code just embedded within HTML files. So to conclude this introduction to PHP, PHP is a server-side language used to generate dynamic web content. PHP code is processed by PHP interpreter that returns HTML code. PHP offers features of high-level programming language with file, session, and database handling. And PHP can be used in separate PHP files as well as embedded in HTML files. So next we will see how we can use PHP to handle database connection and requests, one of the most useful features of this language. So thank you so much and see you soon.